Recording in progress.
Hello, everybody. I recognise everybody, so we don't need introductions, but it would be nice to say a round of applause for Glyn Miller, who today went to the Flying Club with 20 plus customers. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you.
And he's absolute proof. Plod along, do the do, and things gradually keep happening. And there you are. So if Glyn can do it, anyone can do it, because Glyn, you do this very much sort of on the side, really, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
That's
But I've got another one Thursday as well.
Well done, you, mate. Well done. Right, now, what we're doing today is we are doing part 4. We're on to part 4 of that business of presenting with passion without selling and not coercing people. So I'm going to ask everybody else if they could mute, except for Val, because Val is my lovely new partner in crime, who decided she liked the savings, then said she wanted to be a partner, and we did the sign up. So we've done the savings, we've done the join the club, we've done the partner. Now she's joined, and now we need to get her off to a fast start. So my last words to Val were, Val, how soon can you get the online training done? Those are the words, the magic words, not anything else. Not do you think you can? How soon? And most people should be able to do it, I would say, within 24 hours, because it's 1.5 hours and it's not exactly difficult, is it now? No, it's easy. No. Easy peasy stuff. Okay, so we're back on, and Val is at the end of Zoom with me because she lives in Somerset, Bridgewater, and I live down here in sunny, almost sunny, Charlton Marshall. And so what we're doing is we're going to help Val get off to a fabulous fast start, which I think is important. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and hopefully one I prepared earlier is, well, it's actually mine. Normally I actually jump onto the new person's partner portal because it's better. Okay. But Val is not a new partner. So I thought for the sake of this, it doesn't really matter. So guys, here I am on the dashboard. What we then have to do, and it's a good idea to bullet point this, we go to the learning portal, and then up comes the fast start plan. So it's all about gathering the first 6 customers nice and fast. So we're going to go and do this. And all that bit we don't have to worry about because we've done it, and we're with a supporting partner. So here we go. Get off to your best start. To help you gather your first 6 customers as quickly as possible, there are 5 steps we recommend. Now, I'm going to state the obvious here. I want you to notice, just like the presentation, I am reading the writing, and there's a reason. It's called duplication. We want to show brand new people that you don't actually have to have any fantastic learned scripts because it's all in front of you. That way you'll get new people bringing in people quicker, not thinking they've got to be a super whiz. Oh, isn't she talented? How does she just know how to do all this? You don't need to be like that. Now you can just follow what's on the screen. So Val, all successful utility warehouse partners stay on track by focusing on their why. Now, I'm going to make life nice and easy here because we're going to identify your why. Because what happens is if you start writing down, what you'll do is scribble out, and then you'll write and you'll scribble again, and you'll keep scribbling until you find what you really want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take all the pressure off you. I'm going to let you think. And I'm going to do the typing, and then there's a little thing here that says print, and I'm going to print this on my printer, hey ho, and then I'm going to print the second page, and then I'll scan and email it to you with some other bits and bobs as we go through this. So let me just ask you, Val, you guys are of what I would call more senior years. I don't think that's an unfair thing to say.
Very true.
What's made you decide to join as a partner?
Well, basically, as you rightly said, we're both now retired, and it's just being able to have just that extra money to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Like if we wanted to go away for the weekend, you know, it's something we could do. I'm not saying we can't do it now, but that maybe we'd be able to do it more often.
To have the extra money to do. I want to use your words.
Okay.
Because this is financial freedom, but I like what you said, to do what we want to do when we want to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Can I ask you what it is you want to do?
Well, hopefully travel when other countries open up a bit. But at the moment,
Val,
yeah.
Is there anywhere in particular that springs to mind almost immediately where you want to travel?
Yeah, do you know, I've never got to Rome yet, and I really would want to go to Rome.
Steve, you're sat there.
Yeah.
Is Rome on your wish list?
Not really, no.
No, he's not. He's not really.
Oh, are you going your separate ways?
No. I like history, so I would like sort of a Machu Picchu and the Great Wall of China and all those sort of places, the pyramids.
Oh gosh, Val wants to initially go to Rome, and Steve is desiring. How do you spell Machu Picchu?
No idea.
It's a plateau on top of the hill.
I know it's in Mexico. I've actually been there, but I can't. No, it's not. It's in Peru.
Peru, that's right. Yeah.
Peru. And where did you say? The Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Great Wall of China, pyramids. Yeah.
I mean, not saying I don't want to do those places. I'd enjoy it just as much as Steve would, but Rome's always been on my list, and I've never really got to Rome.
But,
okay. Well, that's rather nice stuff.
Sounds good to me.
yeah.
Right. So what do you want to spend the money on? So what I'm now going to do, you see, because I'm going to actually copy that, because actually it goes in here.
Yeah.
So here, I'm going to put, it's all about travel.
Yeah.
To places we desire. And then we've actually stated it. Okay, now, have you guys ever investigated how much all this costs?
Yeah, I think we did, but it was a long while ago, so it's probably gone up an awful lot now.
Right, so I'm assuming, Val, that Rome, Steve wouldn't stay behind. He would go with you. Is that right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Right, so Rome for two of you, and I'm assuming this is going to be at least a week's holiday. Would it be?
Maybe 10 days, actually.
10 days. Lovely, right. So we've got to put some sort of monetary figure to this. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Now, I would say at a guess, because Rome is not the most cheap place to stay.
No, it's not. No.
I think if you're looking at 10 days, you could be looking at about £6,000, having been there. Yeah. All right. So we're looking at £6,000. And then Steve wants Machu Picchu in Peru. Now, Steve, this don't come cheap.
I don't think we get that.
No, that's definitely not cheap.
Are you thinking of just like sightseeing, or are you thinking of trekking? And what kind of holiday was it that you envisaged, Steve?
He can do the trekking, I'll do the sightseeing.
No, we won't be trekking. We'll just be going there for the day and visiting it and seeing the other things in the area.
Right.
It's all about history and stuff, really.
So possibly that's a similar kind of figure. Okay, I would say. Yeah. We could be looking at about another £6,000 there. If you
Okay.
get it for less, let me know. Now, the Great Wall of China. I've actually seen prices for this. If you use a company, by the way, I'm not on commission. If you use a company called Secret Escapes, you can get all this lovely luxury travel, and you actually do get some great prices. And I have seen that you can do the Great Wall of China for two of you, believe it or not, for 4,500.
Really?
So if we had 6,000, that'd make it even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
And I think, given that we've kind of put quite a bit down there, perhaps, Steve, the pyramids might have to wait a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that right? Because what we're
Yeah.
looking at here is 16,500.
We're not doing it all at once, though.
No, I know.
Yeah, we might have to do it in bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that. Okay. So what we would say is, can I just ask you, without having a bit of a contretemps, out of Rome and Machu Picchu, because obviously that was the one that Steve said first, if you had to decide between the two, where would you like to go first?
I don't know, actually, because Machu Picchu is something that interests me as well. So I think it would be a hard decision. I think we'd have to toss a coin. Because I wouldn't mind either way. It wouldn't bother me.
Well, look, both of them are 6,000. So I'd say initially we're looking at £6,000, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you a very serious question. Why is it important for you to go and do these travels and see these places? Can I ask you why it's important?
Well, as we all know, time marches on quite quickly when you get older, a lot quicker, actually. And we want to do things like that while we can still do them.
Tonight on The Bachelor.
Somebody came in. Hang on.
You can't even dream of a place like this.
Hang on. Who's that? If anyone's just come in, could they be so kind as to mute themselves? Because I can hear all sorts of stuff in the background. It might be Helen Snellgrove, I think, because she's not on mute.
Or is it me?
It is
Yeah.
Helen, yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Right, let me go back to where I was. Okay, so let's say, due to being in our, am I allowed to say twilight years?
You can.
I like that. I like the last quarter. Yeah.
The last quarter. I don't know, that sounds terrible.
Oh gosh, in our last quarter. Mind you, can I just tell you something? My neighbour has just told me she's visiting her mother tomorrow and she's 106.
Gosh.
106. Yeah, our neighbour. How about
good,
that?
yeah.
106.
Yeah.
I thought my grandmother was good at 102, but being in our last quarter, we feel that, oh, am I allowed to say time is running out?
Yeah.
Well, you don't get any more time. Do you?
Unfortunately, no.
No, we only get it once,
Want
don't
to do
we?
it well.
There's
Yeah, we don't
no
want to be.
there's no record on this. We only get one chance. Yeah.
Very
No,
true.
no.
Very true, yeah.
Time is
And
running
at the
out.
end of the day, you want to do it while we can enjoy doing it, not being pushed around in wheelchairs. I don't think that'd be quite an I-could thing to do.
Do these pleasurable pursuits while we are fit and active.
Yeah.
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 Good word.
Right. Would you say that I've managed to cover that?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, for the laugh of it, I'm going to print this. So print, and it's all in, it'll fit the page, and it's going ahead, and it will come in colour.
Ooh.
Right, so moving on. I just love this next bit. It was definitely somebody American that wrote this. Figure out the activity required. I don't think that's a phrase I've ever used as a British person, figure out, but there you go. So we're going to figure out the kind of activity required. Now, we do know the money. don't we? We know it's 6 grand initially. Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the next big question. Have you got any ideas how soon you'd like to, say, go to Machu Picchu or to Rome?
Well, it would be nice to go within the next year, 18 months, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's very dependent, because
We need to go.
here's the first question. How much would make a difference to you in the next 45 days?
Oh, oh gosh. I'm looking. Yeah. Steve's pointing to the last one.
1,800.
Yeah.
Right, now, you might change your mind. You may not. Let's see what happens. So what do you need to do to get 1,800 or more? Well, if you gather those 6 customers in your first 45 days, you can earn over £1,800 with our Fast Start bonus. Achieve that bonus means we'll pay you up to £300 for homeowners who take all of our services instead of what we call the supporting amount, which is £150. So when you're in your first 45 days, you're having help and support. And guys, in this instance, it's me. There can be other people, but it's me. And we share it because basically I'm doing all the work, all right, while you're learning. And I call it the good old apprenticeship. Yeah. Now, to do this, I recommend you aim to gather around 8 customers, which 6 of them really need to be homeowners that take all the services to hit your goal. And here we go. Get 10 to 16 appointments in the diary, focusing on homeowners to give yourself the best opportunity to reach your goal, or maybe even exceed it. Now, in 45 days of recent, in my little team, I am seeing people managing to do this 6, okay? They're doing it in around about 20 to 25 days, still leaving a good 20 days, which means you can go more. So are you happy? That would you like to focus over the next 45 days between us? Let's see if we can fill up our diaries, because it is yours and mine. Yeah. And would you like to go for that 1,800 and maybe try even get a bit more?
Certainly would.
Yeah.
You would, right? So 1,800 or more would make a difference to you because can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah,
Right?
go on.
If you don't need it for necessities, you're already a quarter of a way there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, it is.
Right. 1,800 would make a difference because we will be a quarter, hang on, I'm losing my thought. A quarter of the way towards either Rome or Machu Picchu. In fact, continue to earn 1,800 each month. And
4 months.
we will be booking our dream holiday in 4 months.
4 months. Yeah, I just worked that out in my head.
Yeah.
Right. Does that sound exciting?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you think we could give it a really good try?
We can, yes.
Right, I'm printing that. Right, now, off the record, guys, because this is all about coaching and training. I want to explain to you all what I've done is what I've called drilled down to actually find the things that are passionate to Val and Steve. What really matters, because in essence, if they don't really have a passion, or why as we call it, there is every likelihood they won't do anything. And I've brought in a lot of partners in the last 2 months. I think it's now, it could be 8, might be a bit more. But it's very interesting to see the ones that go and the ones that don't. No matter how much encouragement, and we're not here to wield the whip or bake them with a carrot, because that carrots go, they get eaten and they're gone. Yeah, it's about finding their passion and enabling them, because what I've learned, all right, and it was Steve Critchley that told me this. He said, Lisa, no, it wasn't. I lie. It was Chris Williams, Mr. Motivator himself. Chris said on one of his trainings, you cannot motivate anyone. Now that surprised me. He said, what we've got to do is help people find their own inspiration to motivate themselves.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely true. Completely true. Yeah. So what you've seen me do is pinpoint what mattered. And this is the bit I'm going to spend the time on, because first of all, it was, what do you want? Why did you decide to join? And Val went off on one. Oh, well, we want to do the things, you know, and that was all very airy fairy. So then I said, well, what's the things you want to do? Because we had to find out, because let's be honest, it could be tons of things. I don't know, she might want to go bungee jumping in the Himalayas. Who knows? Yeah. Sorry, you got to humour it. Right, but what we've got to do is we've got to pinpoint. Now, I've said this once before, and I think it's a great analogy. You know, some people say, oh, I want to go on holiday. And you say, well, where do you want to go on holiday? Oh, somewhere hot. Well, you know what? That's about 100 countries, isn't it? Got any idea exactly where you want to go? Oh, well, I quite fancy sort of like over in the Pacific. Oh, well, we're pinning it down. Any particular country? Is that Mauritius? Is that possibly India, Goa? You know, it could be Sri Lanka. And they go, oh, right. Oh, actually, I've always fancied Sri Lanka. Oh, fantastic. And then what you do is you drill down and you actually find out. Now, what you're doing is you're creating a business plan. How clever is that? You're finding out exactly what it costs. And then, as you've seen, what we've done here, we've now identified the cost. And now we've worked out, well, what do you need to do to get that money? And we've actually got a business plan in place. How much easier is that to understand than just pie in the sky stuff? So
it's very
has this helped so far, what I've done here so far? Yeah. And I've been doing I've been doing lots of these. I tell you what, I'm absolutely talked out with it all. I've done so many. Right, I've printed this off, Val. Okay, so we're going to close the window. Oh, now we're going to really help you. So did you get that little book together, that little notebook I asked you to do?
I did.
Lovely. Okay, because you're going to need that book. And it's handy if it's an A5 that it can carry around with you. I know it's terribly old-fashioned, all right, but the reality is, do you know what? Things get lost in our phones, but it's a very interesting thing. When you write something down, it actually, they say the brain remembers it more. Okay, so here we go, both of you. So we want to get you instantly building a contact list. Now, let me home in on this. This is not about people you necessarily know very well. It's about people you come into contact with. Now, that's totally different. Okay. So what I want to do is help you start that list. So first of all, they've put them in order, but I'm going to do them in a different order, not because I'm awkward, but because I've learned that people can actually get these names down faster. So I want you now to think of 5 people who would do you a favor if you ask them. Now that favor could be anything, but to give you a clue of the kind of gorgeous people we're talking about, imagine you've just come back from Machu Picchu and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you've come through Gatwick, you've got in the car, you've hit the M25, and guess what? No green flag, no AA or RAC. 2 in the morning, the car breaks down. Who would you call? Who would be those gorgeous people that would come out and rescue you? So write the
I
names down.
I suppose it would. The first one I would think it would be our friend Phil.
Yeah.
He would come out in the middle of the night and,
Yeah, go on then.
and rescue us.
What I'm really doing is trying to help you to think of the people that are what I call the kind souls. Now, I know somebody else you know, and she's a rather gorgeous lady, and that's Kathy Walker.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
She should have come to mind first of all, actually, out of all people.
Right, so giving you a start there. So there we are, 5 names. Now, but for the sake of the training, I'm going to push on. So think of 5 people you're a little bit intimidated to talk to.
Oh, God.
Now, I'm going to give you a clue here. These tend to be people that are really quite successful in life already. They will be the entrepreneurs that are running businesses. They might be the higher echelons in a company. They've hit director level or higher managerial level. They will be the people that will often run businesses like shops or your local garage, because they've already got staff. So those kind of people that maybe you wouldn't think, oh, I approach them straight away. But do you know they're the very people we should approach, because they're the people that will see how stunning this opportunity is, because they understand what we call reoccurring royalty income.
Royalty income. Yeah.
So get their names down. Now, for the sake of this, all right, they're putting the names down, but I'm pushing this on because we're coaching here. And then last but not least, think of 5 people who are switched on, ambitious and motivated. Now it's an acronym. It's SAM. Now SAM is switched, ambitious, motivated, but also you could swap motivated for M for mums, because we find that mums tend to be incredibly good at multi-skilling. Yeah. So 5 of those people too. And tell me when you've got the 5.
Okay.
Now you've got them done. I know they don't normally do take a bit longer. All right. Excuse me. Sorry. Hang on. I'm just going to send a. Right. I'm going to do that because it's one of my customers. Right. So they don't give up, do they? Hang on. Hopefully they have now. Apologies. This is the problem, isn't it? Right. So right, so you've got 15 names, is that right, Val?
We have.
Right, what I will be doing is sending you something rather clever, and it's called a memory jogger. And what I produced earlier, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to bring it into the screen share. Okay, I'm going to attach this to the email, all right? Because what I want you to do is, over the next 24 hours, I'd like you to build that list to at least 100 names, because the more people you have, the more contacts. Because in reality, when you do phone some of these folk, do you know the chances are that actually some of them aren't going to be available, because there'll be all kinds of reasons. They could be on holiday. They may have already just signed into contracts for things, because these are going to be people that you're going to keep phoning. So I will send you that as well. All right.
Thank you.
Now, what we're going to be doing, excuse me while I die on everybody. Hang on. Got to find my screen again. Here we are. It's that one, isn't it? No, it's not that one. No, and it's not that. Bear with me while I find what I'm looking for. Hang on. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, it's down there. Sorry, guys. You don't have to be that clever at this to do stuff. Right, I'll get there now. Here we go. We're back to here. Right. So what I want to do now, and I hope it's all right, folk, I might overrun by 5 minutes, because I normally book an hour to do this with people, and I do everything in an hour. So here we go. I want to profile that list, Val.
Okay.
Now, against each name, anyone that you know is a homeowner, I want you to put a pound sign next to them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then anyone that you believe would be interested in having more income coming in, and please note the words I've just used, I didn't say have a business. I said more income. I'd like you to put a star against them, because they're star status. They're people that could build your business really fast. Now, some of them may have a pound sign and a star, and then they're super duper people.
Okay.
Right. Now, what we've just done is profile them, because do you remember it said we want to try and hit homeowners first because they're going to earn you the most money.
Yeah.
So they're going to be the people that initially we're going to talk to the first. All right. So let's show, you've got 15 names. Fantastic.
Yep.
Look, on to step 4. Now, we could do this and this bit, but we're going to do this bit because this is probably better. And there is a script. Now, what I'm going to do is enlarge it so you can see it. Okay. And it's a very basic script. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this onto an email to you. I'm going to put your fast start plan 2 pages. Can you all see that? Have I done it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to put your fast start plan pages 1 and 2. There's going to be the memory jogger, and there's going to be this script here, because what I want you to do is I want you to look at it, rewrite it down, and you might rewrite it a few times. And this is like an actor getting their lines for the very first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how hard it must be. They look at those lines, and at the moment they're not in character. They don't feel like it's their words. They feel awkward when they say them. But if you say something enough, it becomes your words.
Mm.
Do you remember when we first got into a car to learn to drive? The horror of realizing we had to juggle mirrors, keep looking ahead. There was a 6 gearbox, there was a steering wheel, there was indicators, there were 3 pedals. And you were told, keep looking ahead. And I remember thinking, I'm never going to do this. But with practice, all of a sudden, I don't even think about what I'm doing now. I just do it. And I get there. And sometimes I think, how did I get here? Oh my God, I've been doing all those things and I never thought about it. Now this is to become second nature to you. All right.
Okay.
And I'm also going to say to you, people are going to ask you, what's it all about? They always do. What you mustn't do is mention gas, electric, phone, broadband, mobile.
Okay.
Because if you mention that, you will get zilch results, I promise you. Zilch. Okay. And that's because the British are the most skeptical rum lot out. In fact, I can tell you now, stop the share, they are so negative, it's not true.
Mm.
That's negativity is all they think. Val, if I said to you, what do you think of the British weather? What would you say?
Rubbish.
If I said, Val, what do you like best about the British weather? You'd say?
Well, we have a beautiful countryside. It
We
wouldn't
do.
be like that without the weather.
So we've got to help people think positive. So we've got to express words that is going to help them focus. And what we're going to do, that script is so clever that we're going to focus them. Now, look, guys, we've run out of time because I take an hour to do this. What I've done is shown you the fast start plan bit. What I am going to do for the sake of this, I am going to send it to Val with all the bits on. And then next week is part 5, because I'm now going to actually show you how we get them properly making calls so they can feel confident to do this. Is this not the hardest bit of the lot?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's the bit that nobody wants to do. Everybody, do you know what? In my little group, she's not on here, but a new lady, do you know what she sent me a message this morning? I put on Facebook, would anybody like cheaper gas, electric, phone, broadband? She actually put that. And I said to her, I can't tell you who it is, I said, can you remember that's what I said we don't do? She said, I've had no results. And so we've got to actually help people. So what I want to do is next week, and I am going to be doing it from a different place because I'm actually on holiday next week. So I'm going to take my laptop, keep the virtual background, hence there's a background. So you can't see where I am because it will be somewhere rather nice. And we will continue this next Tuesday. Now, I know that there's power up. And if you wanted to, we could delay this bit a week because then you may want to go over power up. I don't know. It's, I suppose, unmute. The choice is yours. You say. I don't mind. We can continue with this. We could do it next week or could do it the week after because there is power up and there may be all sorts of, which I'm not allowed to say, things that are about to happen.
Reading
It's
between the
something that we
lines, there are
usually do.
things.
Yeah.
Say again.
Reading between the lines, that says, yes, there are things and we do need to know about them.
I think
Yeah.
that
I'd
say we do.
Shall we
Power
make-
up next week.
Should we do power up next week?
Yeah.
And do, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yes.
We won't forget this because we know where we're at.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, thank you ever so much. I'm very keen to get off because I don't want people to think this always overruns. All right. So I've got Lindsay's put here. Some people just cannot be helped. No, they can't. Can I just say though, in all honesty, come on. I've tried that, the gas, the electric thing. And it doesn't work, especially not in the beginning. It's different when we meet people, isn't it, at 20k giveaways and things like
Yeah.
that, because they know why we're there. But this is different. This is starting off. So was that helpful, guys? And I will,
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll get that together and I will show it up on week 5, the email and what was in it. All right.
Okay.
Super.
That's brilliant.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Lisa.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, see you at Power Up.
See you at Power Up.
Yeah, power up. Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.